Hey there, and welcome to the Best You Nation. We're excited for you, and we hope that this podcast will help you grow, optimize your 24 hours in a day, and help you live elevated. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
And 1. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Best You Nation. It's your boy Finn and Adler. How are you guys doing today? Adler, how are you, man?
I'm good, man. I just wait. I need you to understand this. Hold up. I'm super excited. I just hold on.
Oh my God.
What is this? Finn, what is this?
That is the Best You Nation fam shirt right there.
Ooh, oh, hold on. Is there a backside to this?
Ooh,
is there?
Ooh, be the best you.
What?
Wow. Adler, how did you get that shirt?
Some generous, fantastic young man. He gifted me with the shirt, man, and I'm sorry I get a little choked up thinking about it.
It's emotional.
My birthday's coming up, and some nice young guy, his name is Finn Foster, and he got me this shirt now. And mind you, and this is the most important thing, this shirt is available for our public, our general.
Yes, it is.
But guess what?
Well, Adler,
you can actually win it. How do you win it?
Me?
Finn,
how can I win it?
Finn,
how can I win it? Tell me.
Finn, okay, so all you got to do is we posted an Instagram post. And
I'm looking right now. I'm checking right now. Where do I go?
We're going to go to Instagram. The Best You Nation.
The Best You Nation. I'm looking it up right now. The Best You Nation.
And the most recent post, we need you to comment 2 people that could benefit from listening to this podcast, that could use a dose of positivity, most importantly.
Okay.
And next, we need you to put those 2 people and then share it on your story. Once you share it on your story and you put your 2 people, you enter your chance to win. And there will be 5 winners.
No way.
And
I can get one of those shirts?
First of all, you're definitely getting one of those shirts. And I want to say, just like, and this might be a little preemptive, but you know what? Hey, the plan is, since it's getting a little cool, we're going to come out with something special. Finn, can you tell us what that special?
We have a fall collection.
A fall collection.
Yes, we have a fall collection, which is awesome because a lot of you guys probably know it. In Florida, it is either hot or cold. You really kind of just get one or the other. But sweater weather is a real thing. As a matter of fact, look at me. I'm wearing a sweater right now. But
I'm not. I'm wearing the Best You Nation. And I'm wearing because I'm the best you.
Adler is the best, you guys. And I just want to shout out to Adler right now. I know we never do this. We always shout out everybody else, but I want to do a shout out right here live on the show today. Adler, dude, I'm so grateful that we started this podcast 8 months ago, 9 months ago, 10 months ago, really. January 8th is when we first launched this. And the growth that we've made individually, the places that we've gone, the places that we have, touched through the messages that we have on each episode on this podcast. Dude, I am beyond honored and so grateful to be right next to you through the pandemic, through life, through the journey that we're going to be taking with this podcast. In German, as remember we talked about in this last season, we talked about love. In German, and you know how to say this, I'm going to say it in German. Ich liebe dich. Means I love you, man. I love you because you're my brother. I love you because you are co-hosting with me. We are making a change in this world. And I'm so grateful.
It's my birthday.
What's that?
I thought you were just being nice because it's my birthday. But okay, now that's cool. Yeah,
I don't know. Well, if I'm being nice, you are going to be officially the Adler Rex.
Yeah, because I'm old, man. I'm about to be 30, guys. Life is woo.
Well, this is a beautiful thing.
Finn. Before life was woo. Now life is woo.
No, actually, it's the other way around. You're going to be hitting the golden years, man.
I'm
not even there.
Oh my God, I'm dying. Golden years are like the elderly.
Hold on. Let me. Listen, hold on. Let me autocorrect myself for just a second. The golden years are the old people. Listen,
it's like I feel like you might as well just call me Betty White.
Listen, to all of our old folks listening to our podcast, because we know you're out there listening, you guys are amazing. Adler feels really old because he's going to be 3-0. You guys probably remember being 30 and knowing where you are now. You could say being 30 was the prime of life. So Adler.
It could very well be. It's a different step. Chapter 29 was awesome. Chapter 29, I started with you. We did the Best U Nation. We've done fantastic this year. And we've been able to reach, dude, how many countries have we been able to reach? I feel like it's like 13, 14 different countries, something like that.
Well, we've surpassed that actually. We've actually surpassed we've just reached an additional, and just statistically saying, listen, I'm being honest. I check the statistics, and I sometimes don't look at them as frequently as I probably should, but looking at the statistics and the analytics and the dynamic of how and where all of our people are coming from, it's been really amazing because we've added an additional 3 countries. One of them that is right here, right next door to us, or more like underneath us, is Mexico. Mexico is an additional country. And another hometown country nearby, Canada, which I'm actually kind of surprised by, Adler, because Canada,
that's the hardest one to reach. And that's the closest one to us.
Exactly. So one of the things that I wanted to break down real quick, and I know we haven't really jumped into today's discussion yet, which we're going to get to, because obviously season 4, we got to keep you guys updated. We got to get you guys focused on what this season's about. But before we get going, hold your horses, buckle up, get ready for something amazing. We have reached, and I've shared this with you before, I wanted to do something and try to reach every single state in the United States of America. There's 50 of us, okay? There's 50 states that make up the USA.
So, do you know how many states we're actually in right now?
Off the top of my head, not the exact number, but I believe I've sent you, and I can actually look up the statistic maybe if I still, you know what? Let's just go with this. All I'm going to say is we will put a post out on our social media with, by the way, is at the Best U Nation. So on our Instagram,
where you can get a free shirt. It says right
here. Yes, the Best U Nation. The Best U Nation. So on Instagram, follow us if you feel like you want to follow us. We have a lot of people who follow us, and we get a lot of great feedback every single week. We want to hear from you. We're not the type of people who want to, just hear the good stuff. We want to hear what's provoking your thoughts.
All of it.
Say it again so we can hear.
We want the good, the bad, and the in-between. We want all of it.
We want the thought-provoking. We want the what can we do better? Something that we actually added in, Adler, just to take a side note real quick before we because we got to get started today because I'm excited. We're in season 4, man. This is huge. We've hit a milestone with season 3.
Yep.
Which is like 3 seasons is like, okay, 3 seasons. You think about The Office, you think about Parks and Recreation, you think about these different shows. Usually season 3 is where things actually really get rolling. And now we're in season 4. This is the action-packed adventure for this podcast. So season 4 is, I think season 4 or 5 is really when Pam and Jim got married. I'm an Office guy.
Yeah.
But season 4 is going to be amazing. But real quick, just a side note. I don't even remember, but it's okay. It doesn't even matter because that's what happens. Brain fart.
Hey, you know what? We understand because you're just super excited about the topic. So let's get to it, man. Let's do it.
Let's do this. Let's
give the people what they want. They came.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Are we gonna rock paper scissors on who's gonna introduce the topic, or are we just gonna just?
You got it, man. Because I introduced these shirts, man.
Nah,
I'm a model.
You got this. You got this.
I'm a model. Okay, well, fine, whatever. So check this out. Finn and I were discussing and just going back and forth, and the question that we have. You know what? Let me just actually pull this
Adler,
up.
while Adler's searching it up, he asked me a question. What's that?
No, I was gonna give him the shorthand version, but go ahead and finish saying what you're gonna
No, I was
say.
gonna say, you sent me a message yesterday, and Adler really, Adler and I, when we're off air. So while you're looking at it, I'm gonna share this with you guys. When we're off air and people have asked me, how do you guys get ready? Like my father actually asked me, how do you guys get ready for the podcast? How do you guys know what you guys are gonna talk about? How do you guys dive into y'all's topic of discussion?
It takes a little bit of pre-planning, but
It does. But we go with the flow. Actually, as a matter of fact, we don't go with the flow, we just go. Because going with the flow, it's too much work. Just do it. Just go. Go for it. But I answered my dad with a very simple answer. And I said, Dad, we see our personal experiences and we want to bring forth what needs to be said, what needs to be heard. And so realistically, there are times where we're in a discussion. Like last week, our podcast episode was amazing. We did it with Kaylee Norton, amazing individual. We were super excited. Kaylee, all of our love out to you. And I know there is a special guest that we're going to get on here. I'm not going to mention her name. She is definitely a VIP for the future. After she finishes and graduates nurse practitioner school, because I know she listens to this on a weekly basis. So when she hears this, she best know and best believe that she will be an honored guest on this show. I'm not going to mention her name, but she knows who she is, and I'm excited. I'm really excited because you know what? She has so much to offer to the table, what we talk about. And if there's anybody that I personally believe, I think that she's got this. But let's get started with today. I think this is the greatest transition from talking about love and going into a season, preparing you guys for 2021.
This season, we're going to discuss success, all right? And, obviously we have a few episodes. So the very first topic of discussion is success. And the question is, well, not more so question, but the topic is, every successful person has a strong sense or purpose for the reasons why they are doing. So my question to you, Mr. Finn Foster.
Yeah, buddy.
Do you do what you do?
That is a fantastic question.
I know why I do what I do, but I need to know.
Well, okay. So let me ask you this. I know you're asking me that question, but give me that's a very broad question. When you say, why do I do what I do?
I can answer it first. That's fine. I'll
well,
answer.
You know what? Why don't you answer, share with the fam, and let me articulate my thoughts and get something out there for you. Because I feel you, but I want to know more in depth what you mean, what you're trying to strive for with this question.
So everything that I do is with a strong desire to make a legacy, because from my, and this is my background. My mom and my dad both from Haiti, and they lived in a rural third country, and obviously their parents did the best that they could with them, and I'm no way in any shape or form like shaming them, but I will say that they made it their life's obligation to make sure that we had better than what they had. And I feel like it's only fitting, because they did everything that they had to do for us, that I do everything that I possibly can in order to increase that legacy. And so what that means is basically everything that I do, every action I make is to try to make sure that I bring honor to our family name. That's the most important thing.
I love it. Legacy is important, man.
For me, that's the reason why I'm a nurse. That's the reason why I do this podcast. It's the reason why I work out so hard. It's because I'm going to be the best version of myself and consistently chase after it.
Okay. So I love the fact that you stated legacy, because legacy is one of the things that I've talked about in my book, something that we've talked about prior. Legacy is the foundation or the opportunity for us. It defines what we do here on earth. So to answer your question, I want to share with you, and I want to share with people who are listening. This is point number one for me. This is one of my branches, I should say, for lack of terms. Uncertainty. Now, some of you guys probably are thinking, what? Yes, uncertainty can come off as a bit of a negative connotation. For me, when I wake up every morning, I know that I have my standard routine. That's a given. I know I got to get up, brush my teeth, get dressed, get into my scrubs, make my coffee in the morning, get in my car, drive to work, and do what I do.
Yep.
But I will tell you, in the between each and everything that I do, that is guaranteed that I'm doing, there are uncertain moments. When I drive from my house to work, there's uncertainty that I may make it there. And I'm not trying to sound negative or try to make you feel like, oh my gosh, but there's a possibility an accident can happen. My car, as a matter of fact, it's actually happened. My car didn't even start the other day. The uncertainty of that happening made me have to think outside the box, which brings me to something that pushes me forward. I want to use this example. It's taking the risks that will give you the best outcome. As humans, we naturally have a survival mode. We go into survival mode when we want something to be more comfortable for us. I like sleeping in my own bed. It takes me a minute to adjust to somebody else's bed. Or if I'm, when I came over to Atlanta and I hung out at your house, that wasn't my bed. You had 6 bedrooms. One of those beds I laid in, and I'm like, dude, this is not my bed. This is not my pillow. This is not where I'm usually laying my head.
Agreed.
And so the survival mode that we go into, it gives us the opportunity to figure out, think outside the box, come up with a way to be the best, to have the best outcome, and to be in a place where we can be comfortable. So every single day that I wake up, I know that I have obligations to work. I have an obligation to serve my God. I have an obligation to this podcast because this is what we started. And so when I wake up knowing that there's an uncertainty that some of these things will happen. However, I go sometimes naturally, unconsciously, I go into survival mode and try to do whatever I can to reach my goal, reach what I need to reach for the day. And so when we have an unknown situation, I feel like sometimes we are pushed to just do whatever we can that works for us.
Agreed.
So that's number one for me. Personally, like you said, legacy is an amazing attribute. Absolutely. I think that is really, really important. But having the uncertainty in life gives you that much more of how do I overcome? How do I go? How do I push forward? So that's just for me. I think that's something that gives me the push and the motivation each day is, well, I really don't know how my day is going to go, but I can get there.
We do. Exactly. And I think that the most powerful thing that you got to remember with the why question is why you're doing what you're doing, and you have to understand what you're doing. And like for me, I know that legacy is a huge thing because legacy has the power to defy death. That's something I truly believe, because if you so legacy is basically like a prolonged version or prolongization of life. So if you pass those traditions, those words and everything, it passes on to the next generation. And that's something that's essential, that's something that's key, and that's something that we can't make light of. It's something that's super important for us to actually recognize and to do our best to fix those type of situations.
No, for sure. And I could definitely I hear where you're coming from. Now I want to ask you a question. I mean, you say legacy is a prolonged attribute to life.
Yes.
Now, something that we've talked about before, and maybe I think this might have been an off-air conversation.
Okay.
When you leave this earth, would you say that line between the day that the year that you were born and the year that you leave this earth?
It's all about the dash, baby.
The dash is the what? The leg is. Would you say that's the legacy?
The dash is the life. The legacy is the date of birth. Because at that point, or not date of birth, date of death. So, and because at that point in the date of death, that means that their story is over. There's nothing else that they can write anymore. There's nothing else that they can do. It's over. It's finished. However, that end of story causes a new ripple effect.
But here's my thing. I'm gonna have to agree to disagree with you, because I feel like, and this is just me just saying this, because I feel like the legacy is what is left behind for people to remember of who you are. I mean, think about this, for example. We have people who are well known that have passed. Think about, I mean, let's go back to the beginning of the year. Kobe Bryant, fantastic, wonderful player who played for the Lakers, fantastic guy, really set a stage not just in the basketball, era, but he also set stage for being a leader and somebody who's very profound and well known across the globe. But here's what I want you to know. Is it really the death date that we were so much, do we honor him because of his death date, or do we honor him because of what he did during his life? That's my question for you. That's why you're saying, and I'm not saying that you're wrong. Your viewpoint on legacy is obviously, your opinion. You have how you feel about it. But the legacy to me, and it's just me, your parents, my parents, the people that we run into, they pass down what they pass down during the time that they're alive, during our lifetime. That's the legacy. What makes the death date for you? Why is that the legacy and not the dash, so to speak? I'm just curious. I would like to know, because, I'm the kind of person, I want to provoke your thoughts a little bit. So why is the death date the legacy for you versus the dash that I feel like is the legacy?
I feel like there's certain, I guess, like, so I'm trying to understand how to answer your question. I'm trying to, because you're.
That's okay. Listen, you provoke my thoughts, I provoke yours. This is what we do.
Yeah, and I mean, you're just about legacy. So I guess. So, all right, rephrase it one more time. I'm sorry, I apologize. I
no, it's
apologize
okay.
Because I'm
fine.
Right now.
It's fine. So my question for you is, and this is the reason I'm asking you, and we can transition to our next topic here in a second, but what I'm asking you was, you had mentioned that legacy for you is the day that you leave this earth.
Yes.
I personally believe, and I've written this in my book, that the legacy is the dash. You believe the dash is the life, and you believe that the day that you pass away is the day that you have a legacy. My question for you, though, is, this is just out of curiosity, because I want to provoke your thoughts. Why is that day that you leave this earth the day of legacy versus the actual life that you've lived?
Why is it?
I mean, this is just a provoking thought. I mean, because think about it. You passed away. It's the end of a legacy. The legacy was everything you've lived.
In the end, because a legacy lives on through your ancestors.
Okay.
Through your brothers, your family, like the people that love you.
But you passed it on before you died. I know This is probably an off-topic, thought-provoking situation, and we can come back to another time. But I just wanted that to be kind of in the air for you to think about, because, I write in my book that the dash is the most significant aspect, and it is a symbol of the legacy of an individual, because that is the time that people saw you, knew you, heard about you.
Agreed.
But Adler, so you talk about what drives you. You have been through a significant amount of change, growth, and opportunities where you felt at the lowest and at the highest of your life. And you run an amazing business, a fitness/motivational platform for people across the world outside that is sponsoring the Best Nation, just as Live Elevated, 24 hours in a day. You had to get to a certain point in your life to say that I can optimize my 24 hours. You talk about what drives you. You have a story to tell. You have a story that you share quite frequently that motivates people. What was your driving force, and what is that driving force that continues to keep you going? Because think about it, just like fuel in a car. Fuel only lasts, or a car can only go if the car has fuel in it. Right. What fuel keeps you going and has kept you going since your emotional, physical, mental events that pushed you to drive and to power through for your purpose? I would like to know. I'm curious.
Um, I guess for me, it was more so just trying to develop like peace. I think that developing peace helps you navigate through the stressors of you know trying to become the best you or whatever the case may be. And I feel like, and I'm not sure if this answers your questions, but I feel like that's kind of this. It requires a little bit more, and because of that, um, as they say, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra that you put in it towards it. So when you put in that little extra towards like whatever your goal might be, then you'll usually almost 9 out of 10 times never be upset about the final product.
I love it.
I'm not sure if that answers your question, but that's
no. I don't want this to be an interview, but I just want to ask because as your friend, I'm always curious as to what keeps you going, what pushes you, what powers you through. Like our whole question today to start off season 4 is legacy. Why are you here?
The only
what are you?
I work 6 days a week, 60 plus hours per week, and all that matters to me is legacy.
Yeah. And you have a foundation. I mean, your parents, they've provided a foundation for you to have that mindset. I mean, I'm sure when you get married and have kids someday, you're going to instill that. And how would you do that? How would you do it differently or similarly, or how would you instill that legacy in your kids? I'm just provoking your thoughts, man.
No. All right. So like, let's say if I had kids and I had to get them to bed, right? I guess the first thing that I would do is I would explain to them where their grandfather and grandmother came from. I think that you have to give a history lesson. Mm-hmm. And by you giving that history lesson, that like my belief is that when you know better, you do better. So, I feel like that's one of the things that. Huh?
I said it's funny that you said that because my biology professor said that today.
Yeah, because when you know better, then you do better. So you know that having a candy bar is not good for your diet. So guess what you do? You stay away from candy bars.
It's true. This is a fact.
So the only thing I can tell you is that I enjoy my life and I enjoy where I'm at, and I keep on trying to do my best to continue that. And yeah, I think that like everything else will come eventually.
Now, we talk about legacy, and I don't want to be, like I said, I don't know, I feel like we're interviewing, but I'm not trying to intentionally interview you. I'm just provoking thoughts. What is the legacy for you right now? In your life right now, you're going on 30, your birthday is this week, and you obviously are like, whoa, I'm 30. What does this mean for you, man? I mean, thinking about what we're doing with season 4, the level of success, how, like in chapter 30 for you, what is your stepping stone? What is your goal in this new journey, this new era of your life? Not necessarily the golden years because you're not 70, but the prime life of Adler. What's that?
On some Betty White type stuff.
Oh God, that was not my intention. This is not a Betty White situation. This is more of a Adler. You are at a place of growth. The I want growth. I'm tired of certain things just plateauing. I want some change in my life. And I'm sure that you are in places in your journey where right now you're thinking, man, how do I continue on? And how do I build on to my legacy? How do I build on? I don't know why legacy is such a powerful word, man. And thinking about this, like legacy to me, we've been talking about the concept of why are we here? And, we're here because we have a purpose on earth. And as we go into season 4, we've talked about legacy. We've talked about uncertainty. We've talked about so many different things already in this whole entire podcast. And I want people to be ready and be prepared for the opportunity to change.
Agreed.
And to grow.
Yeah.
And to have the opportunity to recognize their legacy. So with season 4, as we start, because we do need to close very soon here, I wanted to share real quick with you guys. This is just an opening. We've talked about legacy. We talked about uncertainty.
That's the beginning. The beginning of success. Because success, all right, success comes in a plethora of different forms, multitude of different forms. And our job is to fine-tune our focus, use our passion as fuel, and to accomplish whatever goal that we have. That's our job.
Yep.
And so we're trying to just make sure that you guys, as a public, you learn the same exact thing, and you're able to not only be great, but to surpass that level of greatness that your family had for you, or that your friends put you in a box for. Whatever the case may be, you have an opportunity.
Absolutely. And that's what we're here for. We're not here to just lecture to you. We have to, I feel like I strain myself to be the best you more often than not. I think I'm more conscious of it because we talk about things, and it's not about being just an example. It's actually living it. What's the point of telling somebody how to love or how to be successful?
But you're not loving.
The last thing I want to end with, it's a quote by Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins? I think it's Robbins. Tony Robbins.
Robbins? Yeah, okay. I like
Robbins. I like his mindset, with business, entrepreneurship, and success. He says the real joy in life comes from fully embracing your purpose and aligning it with what you do every single day. I mean, that's pretty much straightforward what we do. That's from Tony Robbins. And at the end of the day, guys, we are in a new transition with season 4. And Adler, where can everybody listen to us? As we end, where can you find our podcast?
The Best You Nation. You can look us up on Spotify, on Apple Playlists, on Google Playlists, and the old thing called Instagram, I think, right? I'm pretty sure it's called Instagram, whatever that is. And you can enter your chance to win a free Best You podcast or Best You Nation shirt. And soon we're going to be coming out with sweatshirts as well. So what we'll probably end up doing is at a certain point we're going to drop the link in the bio, and so that way you guys can also experience the wonderful gifts that we got.
That's right. Guys, we're excited for season 4. We're excited to be with you guys in this next part of our journey as 2021 is approaching. Make sure to be tuned in every single week to Adler and I. Go check out his Instagram page at the best. 24 hours a day. Monday.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you go in and you do it. And I will give a high five if you come in and you just like, oh, okay, hey, I'm gonna just do abs. But you kill it in abs, I'm gonna just give you a high five, just like this, because at the end of the day, you're out there doing exactly what you need to do, following your goals, not my goals, your goals, and doing exactly what you need to do in order to keep it competitive and to support Finn.
And support me.
Support me. I gotta throw Finn.
Until next time, guys.
You gave me love, so I gotta give you love.
Listen, go out and make sure. I'm gonna drop a post on our page, in my page. Make sure to comment and go celebrate Adler this week, because this is his week. Big 30, Adlersaurus Rex. Go for it. Make sure to go find that post, go like it, and comment on it.
That means that this post comes out October. I can't remember.
You'll just have to find out.
October 12th.
Love you guys.
That's what it is. Anyway, love you guys. Appreciate you. Continue being the best you. Finn, I'm out.
See you later, brother. I'll talk to you later, man. Until next time.